Hello and welcome back to Captain of Industry. In our last episode, we had a bit of a crisis, or two at the same time. One was we were running low on food, which has still a little bit of an issue, but I think we'll stabilize with what we are making. We just didn't have irrigation, which we have since resolved, and that was causing food to be delayed and or die out. We also had an issue with diesel, and we're still in the middle of that issue with diesel, but we can improve it by doing some upgrades here. The first is that this requires 108 diesel, or crude, sorry, to make diesel here per minute. And this pipe can only carry 60. So we need to actually upgrade this pipe segment here. And we'll let them come and do that, or I could just quick deliver it. Let's just quick deliver it. We've got plenty of Unity, and you might as well. And that'll consume from both of these then fairly evenly. They each will output 60, since that's what this pipe is, and since this one can pull, well, 108, it's going to use them a little more evenly, which this hasn't been doing. I was also told that I didn't actually need these little pipes here. I could just attach them directly there. I think it's fine now, unless there's a rate difference, which there might actually be. That could be it. That could actually be the problem I've been having. Let's take these out, or that I sort of had. Let's take these out, and we'll move this one back, and then we'll shut off that one, and we'll move this one after that. But we're also going to have to. Did those start deleting? Yeah, they're coming to get it. Okay. We also want to start this rebuild, and we have to think about this a little bit, because another thing I did was I siphoned some water off of this this process here, this desalinization process, so that we could keep this going, which means that I'm siphoning some water from my power production, which is not the best plan, but it's not that much. Well, it is that much. It's fine. It's 48 per minute, and we're only producing 36 times 4. Well, really, they're here 36 times 2, but 36 times 4 is the same as 48 times 3. So technically, this is stealing a third of the, a third, whatever it is, a quarter, reducing our power production capability anyway, and we can't handle that for too long. We also have this potential issue with the coal here, because we are not bringing in enough coal to burn to make the power, so we could have that problem coming our way as well. And that's just because, well, we might have to upgrade this belt, or we might just need to do something different here. That's actually probably a better idea. Let's do something slightly different here. Let's do this and this, and then let's take out this once I finish this part here. Let's build this here first, and then I can take this belt out from the middle. And that way we have a dedicated belt going that way and a dedicated belt coming this way. Every time you see a gap here besides this one that I just caused is because something this way on the line, i.e. smelting, took a little bit of coal. So that's definitely going to be something that's needed, and they should stop complaining so much then, maybe. We'll see. TM. Delete. Not yet. We need another truckload yet? Oh, yes we do. We need some rubber. Are we having a problem with making rubber, given that we have had some problems with crude oil in the last few minutes? No, we're good. Okay, it was just needed the truck. Needed the delivery. Actually, our problems were never with crude oil. They were always with diesel. And I'm going to wait a moment for this to get all the way to the top. There. And I can delete that one. And then those will probably straighten themselves out, I would say. Why did not one of the trucks that was literally sitting here help unload that? That's weird. It's weird that the truck, that they just became separate belts now. It's weird that the trucks don't do a priority based on their proximity. These are complaining about water, but once we get up to a certain level, they'll actually stop complaining, because we are actually gaining water again in this aquifer due to the rain and things like that. At the end of the last rainstorm, it was like 3,600, and now it's at just over 4,000. So we are gaining a little bit at a time. So these will stop complaining. This will stop complaining once this has been mined here. And then we'll also eventually dump some dirt into a couple of sweet spots here that actually need to keep this retaining wall going, now that I remember that. We need to keep the retaining wall going. Let's see here. Retaining wall. is here. Oh, and someone told me too, the difference to the retaining walls is they need to be placed like this side by side. And that's if you want to fit them like into a corner spot or a shorter spot or something like that to make them fit. But since I don't really care, I'm just doing terrain too high. Oh, we gotta have to skin that off then. Okay, here, you can unpause that one. Let me grab the mining directive for this thing here, and let's yeah, let's skin this down flat. There. I think they'll be able to do that, and then that'll at least be flat. We can put the thing in, and then they can do their thing. Oh, you're delivering the parts for this, right? But once they have dumping orders here too. That's this. Once they dump the dirt in here, I think this one will shut up, and then once we get this straightened out, we'll be able to make that one be a little quieter too. Okay, food is increasing. That's good. So now we can probably start to take a look at something new, which is going to be the new diesel build. So we're going to need a source of water. GhostFed Gamer tells me that there is another water harvesting thing in here someplace. Water recovery. Oh, yes, I do recall this. That's the one we want to have. In order to do that, though, we have to have done construction 3 and then make those parts. We also can do wheat farming because we have found grains of wheat there. So let's start this one first, because wheat would be good, plus then that gives us organic fertilizer and corn farming. All 3 of these would be really good to do right away, I think. And then we can do construction 3 after that. So we'll get all 4 of those queued up in the research queue, and then we can move on to other things after that. All 4 of the research labs are present and accounted for, and I did pause all the diesel burners because, well, we don't need to burn any more diesel than we need to burn, especially given the fact that we don't have any. What is your problem now? Full output. This one? This one. We need to flare this now. Nope. Waste management. Flare this. And let's just do a quick deliver and get that done. There we go. Now we'll have diesel again. So when we rebuild this, we need to have a source of water, as mentioned. That water recovery should help us because we should be able to, well, recover some water. I guess we could look at that. Actually, we should probably do that in the queue afterwards. So this will turn steam, low pressure, or any kind of steam into half the amount of water. So when we pull the water out for these, for example, they're producing 48 steam times 3, and those are going into here, and they're converting that 48 steam, well, the 48 steam times 3, because there's 24 times 6 here. So we're looking at 120? No. 48, 96, 144. That turns it into low pressure steam, which means that we're going to be able to get with that technology half of our water back recovered instead of venting it all like we're doing right here, which will be super nice. And we'll actually be able to do that here with this. So we might want to well, how much actually, hold on. This produces 48 steam. This doesn't need as much as it's got right now. Only will need 9. So we could run 5 diesel refinery things off of 1 boiler. 5 times 9 is 45. And if we tied all 4 of these boilers together into a recovery program, then they would provide enough water back for 2 of them, for half of them, to continue running on. So that's an idea. That's an option. Ideally, we would take these 3 and turn it into, let's say, 1.5 of these. And if we did 1.5 of these, then that could be a ridiculous amount of diesel. Is there other valves, by the way? I guess we could use the sorter, the pipe balancer, to prioritize an output. Yeah, we could do that. We should actually do that for these so that we aren't venting everything, but it's fine right now. We're obviously going to use those to burn for this, at least at first, because, yeah. And then, let's see. So if we did 1.5 of these, that would be 72. 72 divided by 9 is 8. We could run 8 distillers off of the exhaust water from this alone, which is pretty good. And then we could also eventually perhaps... Oh, these warnings... No, they didn't want to go away yet. We could also perhaps switch back to not using desalinization. I think I said distillation. We could potentially go back to no desalinization and instead pump the water out of the ground. Over here, maybe in this other aquifer, right here. And then send that over, or move up here and use this one as well. So we have some options on that front too. I think once we get to a year of food supply, we're in a better place. 120. We could use probably some more vegetables and less potatoes. Perhaps we could. Perhaps I could change this one over to vegetables instead of potatoes. We do have this one doing both. I could also just take the potatoes out of it. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. We also have wheat now, so maybe we can look at what that will give us. So that gives us, well, actually go here to the research screen, and we'll just click on it. That gives us wheat, farming, of course, which is, it's a mixer, burner. Ooh, we can make, oh, we can just burn it. Okay, who cares? But we can, let's see, we can obviously grow it. It doesn't show here, but obviously we can. Then we turn it into flour plus animal feed at a mill. The flour plus water becomes bread, which is another food source. That's dead useful. Plus we're turning 16 raw food into 24 food units, which has got to be worth something. Also, we can digest, do an anaerobic digester to turn 7.3 wheat. Weird that they used a fractional number there, but into fuel gas and compost. And then I think compost goes into fertilizer. Yes. And we can also turn biomass and animal feeds into compost too. And then we can also do a mixer to turn wheat directly into animal feed at a, if we need that direct amount for some reason. One of those reasons is to burn it as a possibility for in a boiler. This is a waste, so we don't necessarily want to do that unless we need to get rid of some, like with a prioritization. But we can also here, sorry, not you, here, turn that animal feed into compost. We should probably check this out here, actually. So 16 wheat, I don't know what the harvest is on a wheat field, but 16 wheat yields 16 flour, which would give us 24 bread, plus a waste or a byproduct of 2 animal feed. And that animal feed will give us, well, if we had three farms, or 3 processes, 3 of those mills processing, we could turn the output of animal feed into compost, and then we mix that with water to make fertilizer, and then we run that back into the farms and fertilize the farms, because they have an input for fertilizer here next to the water input. So that would mean it would boost our output of food entirely. Maybe that's something to do over here in this place we've been clearing. I mean, I would kind of like to have done the diesel over there, I suppose, but I don't think we're going to. Let's move this back. I'm actually going to quick delete it, or quick remove it. Someone also told me how to quick remove things faster, or how with the shortcuts. I will try to remember that in a moment when we do the other one. Oops. You please. And quick deliver. We can actually spend a lot more Unity than I have been spending. That's really on me. I should be. We're out of crude. Oh, because it was all backed up in here, right. And you are still emptying. Oh, because it's got 2 tanks because we got 2 unloaders. That makes sense. This is empty as well, so I should delete that. I think it's Control D, actually, to quick delete. Let's stop that for a moment. And then... Oh, they already started unloading it. Control D, I think someone said? Yep. Okay. Maybe? Okay, there you go. And then this can go here. And that might help with production. Boat, be gone. Be gone with you. Someone also might have told me how to quick build with the Unity too. I don't remember. So I did also upgrade this pipe. I think I talked about that. So we need to duplicate this build. And we need to have the water that will eventually take off of here feed into the boilers. We're going to do eventually 2 boilers. Let's see. We're in pause mode, so we can just start laying this out and then see how it goes. We need exhaust for that one. Exhaust for this one. They need to have the input of coal, or no, actually we're going to use... Nope, we're going to use the other boilers for this. Power production? No. No. Boiler gas. Okay. I think what I will do here is I will put down... Let's see, there's... Okay, there are the inputs on that side. I'll put one down here. And I'm going to flip this one and mirror it against that one, but not against it. Can't do there. I think we have to do it there. We actually have to go further out than that. I think we have to go out to here. Which is fine, because, yeah, we have plenty of space here. These are going to output... they're going to burn whatever I feed them. And they're going to output the steam this way. Ah, we finished corn farming. Nice. Okay. And that gives us... They really did farm corn, and then we can also turn corn into corn mash, which we don't have a way to use that just yet. I guess that may be coming later. And then we can also turn corn into animal feed directly, too, for the purpose of making compost. Okay, so we're going to have steam coming out of these two now. They're going to produce 48 steam each, so we'll just do a level 2 pipe for that. And then that's going to go into this input here on these. We're going to have 8 of these. That's where the crude comes in, the water, the steam comes in there, the water goes out. Sorry, that's the wastewater, the sour water or something. So if we did 8 of these, let's just go a bit away here. Maybe we could flip and face them to each other, just the same way we did this. Oh, that's not the right flip, though. Try that again. Flip, rotate, there we go. And that way we can take the pipes out alternatively. That could work. And then those are going to feed directly into this. And I think we can do them direct connected, right? Yep. For the purple one goes here. Except that that's sour water. We might have to do something slightly different for this. Or I could just space it a little bit. That might be the easier way to do this. Put... We'll have to see if this is going to work with the pipes. Then that gives us our diesel out. We'll have this oil here that will go back into burn. And we'll have this oil here that will go back into burn. Let's see what we can do about this pipe situation now. So we'll have 48 medium oil times 2 coming out of the... Or, no, 48 medium oil times 1. So this would just be these kind of pipes. And these kind of pipes. And then the sour water is the part that I'm worried about. And that's 18 times 2 for each line. If I did something like this... Just put it to there. Connect you up to there. That's why they put 3 spaces in. Because you can't always, at least. So if I did this, just to kind of demonstrate, You can't always connect these up like this. Oh, but it's going to let me this time. Well, then maybe we don't need the 3 spaces. Let's try without then. You go away. You go away. Actually, just delete this whole thing here. Cut these, budge them over to there. I don't know if this will actually work or not. Actually, it won't. Unless I take this out. Yeah, it won't because they're trying to connect together. Unless I could do it like this. Oh, maybe I can. No. Okay, let's just put it back out to 3. Maybe there's a way. Maybe I'm missing something, but it's probably not worth the effort. But even so, if I take... Stop there for now. If I take this out even here, that might be better anyway. And that would go to the sea, to be dumped into the sea for now at least. I don't know which way it would go necessarily, but it could go something like this. I may change it later. Still... Oh, you're right at the borderline of low food supply. That's what the problem is. If I take this to here, and then up and over that... This is the steam... What's backwards? Anyway, this is the steam in, so how close... I would have to go all the way back to here. And that's because of where I took the sour water pipe. Control? No. Shift? Yes. What if I change that again? Actually, what if I change that to... No, because I want this to kind of come through from the other ones as well. I think. 18 times 8. Yeah. I could space these out a little bit further. I could go out to 4 spaces instead of 2. That's one option. But this I would want to have here anyway, because we're going to want to have a pipe coming in from the next ones, from over here, into there, and it won't go into there because we can't make a junction next to another junction. So that's why I put this at 2 spaces. So then I think we could actually do this here then. Yeah, and then you can go into that one, and you can go into that one, and that gives us a tidy little thing there. Or we do this instead. Not you, sorry. Maybe. If we take the pipe for the water this way, can I take these up and over? E? Couldn't remember the key. Yeah, that would work actually even better. If we go to there, and then we take this pipe, just keep this pipe up, like this, then I should be able to connect this one to that. And then the next ones would just come in. That's even better. I like that better. Was this 9 steam times 4? Yeah, that's fine for a Mark 1 pipe. We finished organic fertilizer, by the way. That gives us, we looked at that already, so that gives us what we looked at already there. We're going to get to that in a little bit. In a little bit. So this would be one module partially done, which we would need to multiply out times 4. We would do, let's see here, 6 heavy oil. These would come back this way. I can't go there, actually. Here, like this. And then here, like this. Same on this side, except that it's going to be 4 of them connected on this side. But it's still only times 6, so it's fine. And those would go back and feed into burning here. And then eventually overflow would go into a vent thing. We're going to have... do these consume different amounts? Yeah, 24 heavy oil. which would be one set of this would burn all of that. Ooh, we could maybe get away with the coal burning over here even. We'll see. That was 6 times 4, so those 4 will fuel one of these. This is going to be 12 times 4. And we're going to have 4 of these modules, by the way. But 12 times 4 is 48. And we only need 36 to burn for that. So we'll definitely have some extra that we could send to do other things instead of burning coal. Which I will not be sad about not having to burn coal. Especially because these are burning 18 coal per minute. And I have, well, this one's not burning constantly, but even these 3 connected together is just about 60. So if this one's consuming any more than 6 per minute, which I don't know if you can tell how much it's actually consuming, and it probably varies wildly, then we don't know, but yeah, it's definitely causing a problem for us, unless I did some sort of prioritization here, but I don't really want to do either. Okay, so back to this. We have an output here in the front. This one could go, it's 12 for each module, so we could do a pipe like this, and a pipe like this, and then a Mark II pipe that came through one way or the other, and then went around, say this way, and then up to this way, so that it could, well, I have to go one more, so that it could come back here to be burned as well. So if we had, let's say we even had a pipe for this that came through, because 6 times 8 is, well, 6 times 8 is 48. Wait a minute. What did I hook up here that I shouldn't have? I don't think, actually, this should have been here. Yeah, no, that's the diesel output, Wally. You're a moron. Then let's do this, and this, and this, and then we can do a regular pipe coming out here, straight out like that, and then that'll connect into some sort of a cross pipe here. That'll be carrying 8 times 6, which is 48, so a single amount, maybe like this. And then we can jump the crude over into here. Where does the steam come in again? Here? Yes. Steam comes in here. Nine times 8 is... Okay, so that'll be a Mark II pipe coming through. Maybe I could just put the steam up above it? That could work. If I did this for the steam pipe, can I do like a shift or a control or something? No. If I do like the steam pipe here, and then I do the pipe stepping down into that, then the steam pipe can go that way. These both would need to connect to this end of it before it starts, which would be fine. One way or the other, we can do that. Oh, let's see. Fuel in, water in. We know that part. I think that's everything but the diesel out. We're going to get 36 diesel out of this. Each. Times 8 is actually more than a Mark II pipe. So we have to have 2 pipes of diesel coming out of here. Eventually. That's a lot of diesel. Maybe we won't do all of that to start with. Maybe we'll just do 2 of these to start with, which means we don't need both boilers, but that's fine too. Let's move this up a little bit then, and also pull it back here maybe some. These can come down a little bit more then. Like this. These can continue. Let's delete this one for a moment and continue this pipe this way. And then this one this way. Okay. And then this can continue. I don't want you to clip into that, though. That's probably why. There we go. I want you to go to... Please go to where I want you to go to. Why do not work? There? Stop there, actually. And then pipe 1. Come up from here. Onto that one. Pipe 1 from here onto that one. I'm only doing pipe 1s just to save resources. Otherwise, I wouldn't need to. That, this, and then I can run the diesel out this way, and I can actually just put it up above as well. We can actually stack 2 pipes on top of each other eventually. So let's take this one and copy it for a moment, maybe? No. Let's do a Mark II pipe here. That would be the diesel output. And then we'll have Mark I pipe coming up here, like that. And a Mark I pipe coming up here, like that. I think that's everything. TM. We're going to need something to kickstart it, but we could kickstart it with a little bit of this here, if we need to stop venting it all into the atmosphere. Let's do a Control-C on this array. Oh wait, I deleted those other pipes. Those need to go to... That was where the steam came in? No, that's where the light oil stuff comes out. Okay, you go to this one, or that, whichever color oil that is. This one goes to this one. Yeah. And this comes through, which will connect up later. And that is the sour water coming out. Right, okay, so let's copy this now. I think we can just do it like this. I would like to do that, which is not really going to let me do. But I'm going to do it anyway. No, actually, we need to go over here. Don't we? Yeah, so let me actually not put these pipes in just yet. And actually these as well. Maybe this. I would like them to be 1, 2, 3 spaces apart. And then, yeah, it had a freak out about the rest of the pipes. We don't need these. We do need this. Coming along like that. This will come out like this and go into that one. Same. And here. And then this one will come out like this. And we'll go into that one, which can go like that. And I could even extend this out a little bit if I wanted to. Just to make it look like there's more coming later. Because there probably will be. And then we can extend this one out. If it'll let me. The same. No. Right there. Stay. Good boy. Let's see. We can do the same with the diesel output also. Here to here. Here to here. There. Oh. Okay. Let's do here to here, finish, and then here up to there. Wait a minute. That's not right. It's too close. I love the spiral, though. It's too close. Okay, we can fix that then, I think. Delete that segment, delete this segment. Control X, this whole thing here and pull it out by one more. And then let's test with the diesel out. Actually, wait a minute. 36 and 36. Technically, these should be Mark II pipes here in the middle. Not joined to a ramp. No. Maybe it needs another one yet. Okay, there we go. Little stuff, no big deal. So I should just make all these Mark II because, yeah, it's consistency. There. There. And then come over here to this one. And then again, I'm going to do this for consistency. These all need to be reconnected. There, there, and there. This stuff in the middle here needs to be reconnected. You go to there. And then I'll go out to the ocean. This pipe goes on to the diesel storage. This here will go to burners. This one here will go to burners. This is steam. And I think we're good. So, water recovery finished. Construction 3 finished. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to end this episode here with just a let's plan something ridiculous and also a recap a little bit of where we ended last week, since it's been several days since the last time an episode of this came out. We'll end this here. I'm going to let this build off camera, and then we can do the water reclamation. Well, wait a minute. Before we start that, let's take a look at the water reclamation thing. Okay, these aren't that big. I was afraid that they were going to be ginormous and that we wouldn't be able to fit them in here, but we can. So, well, I'm going to let this build off camera. When we come back in the next episode, this will be done. We'll be able to start connecting it up to the other stuff, and then we'll be able to start cranking out, well, twice as much diesel because these are all Unity boosted, but technically 4 times as much diesel if we wanted to Unity boost them, and we can copy paste it and make it a whole nother segment easily enough as well. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.